You threw away money every single time you tossed those vegetable scraps in the bin. That store-bought lettuce you just finished? The green onions you sliced yesterday? The sweet potato sitting on your counter? Every single one of them is still alive and ready to grow again. And no, this is not one of those, it works sometimes, experiments. Some of these vegetables will come back so fast it will genuinely confuse you. But here is the part nobody talks about, because not every veggie you regrow from the store is going to give you what you expect. Some will surprise you in the best way possible. Others will teach you a lesson. Stick with me till the end because one of the results on this list is going to completely change how you shop for groceries. Welcome back to Earthly Gardening, and if you are new here, you just landed in the right place. This channel is built for everyday people who want real results from their garden without spending a fortune to get there. Whether you have been growing with us for a while or this is literally your very first video, I am glad you are here. Today we are getting into something that is simple, practical, and honestly a little addictive once you start doing it. Before we go any further, if you find value in content like this, hit that subscribe button right now and turn on the bell so you never miss what we put out. It is completely free and it helps this channel grow just like the vegetables we are about to talk about. Now let us get into it. So here is the thing. Most people walk through the grocery store, grab their vegetables, use them, and throw the scraps away without a second thought. But what if I told you that some of those scraps are basically seeds in disguise? That the bottom of your celery, the roots on your green onions, and even that sad-looking garlic clove that started sprouting in your pantry are all trying to tell you something. Regrowing vegetables from store-bought produce is one of the most underrated gardening moves out there. It costs almost nothing, it takes up very little space, and the results can honestly blow your mind when you do it right. But there is a side of this topic that most videos skip over entirely, and that is what actually happens when you do this. Not just the pretty before and after pictures, but the real experience, what works, what does not, what surprises you, and what you need to know before you get started. That is exactly what we are covering today from start to finish. Section 1: Why store-bought vegetables can regrow at all. Let us start at the very beginning because this question matters more than people think. Why can you even regrow a vegetable from the store in the first place? The answer comes down to one thing. Plant memory. Every vegetable you buy was once a living plant. And even after it has been harvested, cut, packaged, and shipped across the country to sit on a grocery store shelf, parts of it are still biologically programmed to grow if given the right conditions. The roots, the base, the nodes, the eyes on a potato, the crown on a pineapple. These are not just random parts of the vegetable. They are the parts the plant uses to continue its life cycle. So when you put them in water or soil, you are not doing something magical. You are simply giving the plant what it was already trying to find on its own. Now this does not mean every single vegetable will regrow the same way or give you the same results. And that is where it gets really interesting. Section 2: The vegetables that come back fast and strong. Let us talk about the ones that work so well it almost feels like cheating. Green onions are at the top of the list, and for good reason. You cut them down, drop the white root ends in a glass of water, place them by a window, and within 3 to 4 days you will see new green shoots pushing up. Within a week you are harvesting again. These will regrow multiple times from the same roots before they eventually slow down. If you have never tried regrowing anything before, start here. The results will get you hooked immediately. Celery is another one that genuinely surprises people. Cut the base off about 2 inches from the bottom, place it in a shallow dish with just enough water to cover the base, and within a few days you will start seeing tiny leaves forming right from the center. It looks almost too good to be true the first time you see it. After about a week in water you can transfer it to soil and watch it take off from there. Romaine lettuce and cabbage work in a very similar way. The base goes into water, new leaves begin forming from the center, and within 1 to 2 weeks you have fresh greens growing right on your kitchen counter. Now the full head will not come back the same size as what you bought from the store. But the fresh tender leaves you get are completely usable and they taste just as good. Garlic is one that catches people off guard because most of us have seen a garlic clove start sprouting on its own in the pantry and just thrown it away thinking it went bad. That sprout is the plant trying to grow. Plant that clove in soil with the pointed end facing up and it will grow into a full garlic plant. It takes a few months but the payoff is real. Ginger and turmeric are in a category of their own because they are so easy and so rewarding. A small piece of either root with at least one visible bud on it can be placed just below the surface of moist soil and it will begin to sprout within 2 to 3 weeks. These plants are also beautiful so they double as something nice to look at while they grow. Section 3, the results nobody prepares you for. Now here is where it gets honest. There are some things that happen when you start regrowing store-bought vegetables that most content does not prepare you for, and I want to make sure you know about them going in. The first thing is that some vegetables will regrow leaves and greens but not always give you the same fruit or bulb you started with. Tomatoes, for example, can be regrown from seeds you scoop out of a store-bought tomato. But if that tomato was a hybrid variety, which most store-bought tomatoes are, the seeds may not produce the same tomato you originally had. You might get something slightly different in flavor, size, or shape. It is not a bad thing. It is just something to be aware of so you are not confused when it happens. The second thing is that some store-bought produce has been treated to slow down or prevent sprouting. Potatoes from large commercial stores are sometimes treated with a sprout inhibitor to extend their shelf life on the shelf. This means they may be slower to sprout or in some cases may not sprout at all. If you want to regrow potatoes, look for organic ones at the store or a local farmer's market. The difference in how quickly they respond is noticeable. The third thing is water quality. This sounds small but it matters. Tap water in some areas contains chlorine and other chemicals that can slow down or stress the plant as it tries to regrow. If you notice your scraps are sitting in water but not doing much after several days, try switching to filtered water or leaving your tap water out overnight before using it. That simple switch has made a real difference for a lot of growers. Real quick, if you are still watching and learning something useful today, do me a favor and drop a comment below telling me which vegetable you are going to try regrowing first. I read every single comment and I genuinely love hearing from you. And if you have not liked this video yet, now is a great time to do that because it helps more people find this channel and that means more free gardening content for everyone. Now back to it. Section 4, what you actually need to make this work. You do not need a garden. You do not need expensive equipment. But there are a few things that will make the difference between scraps that thrive and scraps that just sit there and rot. Light is everything. Most of these vegetables are regrowing from a reserve of energy stored in the scrap itself, but once they start producing leaves they need light to keep going. A sunny windowsill that gets at least 4 to 6 hours of natural light per day is ideal. If your home does not get much natural light, a basic grow light works perfectly fine and they are very affordable. Clean water and clean containers. When regrowing in water, change the water every 2 to 3 days. Stale water becomes a breeding ground for bacteria and that will rot your scraps before they get a chance to grow. Keep the container clean and the water fresh and your success rate will go up significantly. The right time to move to soil. A lot of people make the mistake of leaving their scraps in water indefinitely. Water is great for getting the initial roots and sprouts going, but it does not have the nutrients that soil provides. Once you see a decent root system forming, usually around 1 to 2 weeks in, move your scrap into a pot with good quality potting mix. That is when the real growth begins. Patience on the ones that take longer. Green onions will reward you in days. Garlic will take months. Ginger falls somewhere in between. Knowing the timeline for each vegetable going in will keep you from giving up too soon on the ones that are actually doing exactly what they should be doing. Section 5, the bigger picture most people miss. Here is what regrowing store-bought vegetables is really about when you zoom out. It is not just about saving a few dollars on your grocery bill, although that is a real benefit. It is about developing a completely different relationship with your food. When you regrow something with your own hands, even if it is just a handful of green onions on your kitchen counter, something shifts. You start paying more attention. You start noticing what parts of your groceries still have life in them. You start thinking about your food differently. And that mindset is what separates a person who occasionally gardens from someone who actually builds something sustainable over time. The habit of regrowing scraps has led a lot of people down a path where they eventually grow a significant portion of their own food at home. It does not start with a big investment or a large piece of land. It starts with a glass of water and a green onion. That is the real power of what we are talking about today. So the next time you finish a bunch of green onions or peel a piece of ginger or cut the base off your celery, stop for just a second before you toss it. Because what you are holding might be the start of something that keeps giving you back far more than you put in. Try one. See what happens. Then come back and tell me about it in the comments, because those stories are genuinely my favorite part of running this channel. If you are new here and you want more content like this, subscribing takes 2 seconds and it means you will not miss anything we put out. And if you know someone who gardens or someone who is just getting started, share this video with them. It might be exactly what they needed to see today. Thank you for watching Earthly Gardening. I will see you in the next one.